Dude, this is kind of crazy when you think about it. Now, I know we have a Red Wings game coming out in an hour or so after this video is going to be published, which is really not ideal for the algorithm for all of y'all that are trying to watch these videos, because having videos collide with the game time a little bit too closely is not really, preferable. But either way, we had ourselves some news about forward Marco Kasper that had made itself around a few days ago. You see, we had talked all this time about Kasper, 8th overall pick by the Red Wings at last year's NHL Entry Draft, and a Regla BK stud making his debut against the Toronto Maple Leafs. We talked about how he was good, how he displayed a level of angst and bite that you didn't really expect out of this guy based off of his personality. He's a really kind and well-spoken dude, so the fact that he was able to go out there and play the way that he did, it was a pretty nice contrast, and it made for some very entertaining hockey. However, after that Toronto game where Marco Kasper debuted with the Red Wings, the announcement was made that he would be out for the rest of the season. Per Coach Lalonde, Marco Kasper with a lower body injury will likely not be available for the remainder of the season. And okay, you see guys get injured all the time. They, especially at this time of the year, get sidelined for the rest of the season, and the intent is, okay, they're going to use the offseason to recover, rehab, and get back up to form for next year in 2023-2024. That's okay, right? That happens. It's just, the problem here was, what the hell did the Red Wings do to break Marco Kasper so early? He had one game played, and he looked fantastic in that game. So what happened between that one game and a few days later wherein it's like, okay, yeah, he's out for the rest of the year. No more resume, no more cup of coffee for Marco Kasper at the NHL level. That's it. He got one game. He is done. Well, we had ourselves an article on a Swedish news outlet. Take a look at this. Ice Hockey Gifts on Twitter tweeted out the link to sportorf.at. And I really butchered that. Okay, no, this isn't actually Swedish. This is German. Oh, boy. My apologies to all the Swedes who are watching this video because, yeah, no, this isn't a Swedish article. It's a German piece. At least that's what the translation on Google says. It says that it's in German. So either way, we're going to translate this article into English and read what they have to say in regards to Marco Kasper falling out of the World Cup due to injury. Take a look at this article. Actually, no, this article is Austrian. My bad. Okay, there you go. That's why it said German on the top of the screen. Oh boy. Yeah, because they speak German in Austria. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Okay. Team Austria will have to do without young star Marco Kasper at the Ice Hockey World Championships in Finland and Latvia from May 12th to 28. The 18-year-old from Karantina, who made his NHL debut with the Red Wings, will be sidelined for at least 6 weeks with a knee injury. Bro, this guy has been playing with a knee injury? Okay, let's continue on with the piece. After his surprise NHL appearance, Kasper, who suffered from persistent knee problems, was given a thorough evaluation. The X-ray showed a broken kneecap, so the soon-to-be 19-year-old is no longer an issue, or an option, I guess that should say instead. Come on, Google Translate. For the upcoming World Cup in Tampere and Riga. First and foremost, I feel sorry for Marco that he won't be able to finish the season after his amazing debut in the NHL. Of course, it's a shame for the national team, but unfortunately, that's part of the sport, and it's not uncommon. We wish him a good and speedy recovery, said the team boss of the Austrian Ice Hockey Association, Roger Bader. And before we continue, a lot of Red Wings fans saw this article and they were like, wait a minute, what? Marco Kasper has knee problems? Marco Kasper has a broken kneecap? But he played against Toronto and he finished the game and he looked good. What happened? Well, take a look at this paragraph in this Austrian article. He played his NHL debut with a fractured kneecap. After Kasper was eliminated with Regla in the quarterfinals of the SHL, the Red Wings immediately ordered him to the North American League. The number 8 overall pick did not play against the Winnipeg Jets due to a minor injury. However, the debut followed shortly afterwards and was crowned with success in a 5-2 win over the Maple Leafs. In Detroit's 5-0 win against the Canadiens, Kasper again had to sit out due to injury. An X-ray has now traced the cause and is now known that the center played around 50 minutes on his debut with a fractured kneecap. Looking back, that's a little crazy. I felt the pain during the game, but I thought I had to push through and finish the game, said Kasper. So, hold up. This guy played his NHL debut against the Toronto Maple Leafs in a game where he looked really good with a fractured kneecap? And he said himself, yeah, I kind of felt a little bit of pain, but I thought I would push through and finish it. Dude, what an absolute trooper. I'm not going to go out there and say that it's a healthy thing to go out there and play hockey games with a kneecap that causes you pain, but the fact that he was able to just still persevere and get through it kind of speaks to the warrior-like mentality that Marco Kasper has. And I think a lot of Red Wings fans sort of saw that when they watched him against Toronto, and it was just kind of an interesting conundrum. Why wasn't he playing against Winnipeg? Why wasn't he playing against Montreal? Okay, this is why. He had been in such a difficult position with his knee that even getting just one game against Toronto under his belt in and of itself is kind of impressive already. So for Marco Kasper, it's more than in his best interest to make sure everything is working properly and he's able to recover to the point that he doesn't have any pain. I know there have been a lot of conversations about kneecaps and stuff, and people saying, okay, well, you technically can still play with a fractured kneecap or something like that. And as Kasper said, like, the pain wasn't too debilitating to the point that he needed to get removed from the game. He was still able to play. But of course, you never want to see a guy play where he's not at 100%, right? So at this stage, with the Red Wings not really being in a favorable position in the standings, they don't really have too much to go out there and try to accomplish in the next 3-4 games of theirs. Just go out there, sideline the guy, and that's exactly what they did. Let's continue on with this article on the Austrian website over here. No surgery necessary. According to initial information, the Corinthian forward will be out for at least 6 weeks. Lucky in misfortune, he does not need an operation because nothing has shifted, and it's not a question of a comminuted fracture. Oh, that's a word. I'm gonna have to Google that one. I've never seen that word before. Comminuted. All right, what does that mean? Reduced to minimal particles or fragments. Okay.
Comminuted.
Comminuted. There you go. That's how it goes. My bad. Comminuted fracture. No questions. Under the circumstances, I'm okay, Kasper said. Of course, my knee hurts, and it's a pity that I can't finish the season and miss the World Championship, too. So at the end of the day, this is just another testament to Marco Kasper and the warrior-like mentality that he displayed on the ice that sort of is ingrained into a part of his personality too. Hey, he's feeling a little bit uncomfortable, he's going through a little bit of pain. Doesn't matter. He's still going to terrorize the heck out of the Maple Leafs, get involved in scrums, and alongside of Edvinsson, Seider, and Raymond, do as much damage as they could. That is the heart of a Red Wing right there, and I'm super happy to see that this part of his personality is there. Obviously, I'm not happy to see that he was injured, but, like, of course, just taking the good from this situation, it's pretty out there, and it's pretty up in the forefront. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Marco Kasper and the news about his injury. How he played that Maple Leafs game with a fractured kneecap, and it's to the point now where he's got to have 6 weeks in recovery before he's able to play again. He's not going to play at the World Championships, he's not going to finish out the season with the Wings. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about that and more. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.